Welcome back to the show, and thank you for tuning in with us today. So since 2003, the partners of Scott County's Watersheds have made it their mission to improve local watersheds through education, guidance, and volunteer opportunities. Now, the group is gearing up for an event that will give anyone a chance to be a scientist, which sounds super exciting. It really does. So joining us in studio today to talk about this opportunity is Kelsey Denoyer, and she is with the partners of Scott County Watersheds. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're going to dive into all things water, as you can see. But before that, can you please tell us about the partners of Scott County Watersheds and the mission that you have?
Absolutely. So before you can understand partners, you have to know what a watershed is.
Right.
So a watershed is an area of land where water commonly drains into, and these the watersheds build upon and flow into each other. And so, for instance, we have tons of watersheds here in Scott County and, of course, on the other side of the river here in Rock Island. And so we have like the Goose Creek, for instance, in like north central Davenport, and in that area all of the little streams and creeks, those feed into Goose Creek, and all of the precipitation that feeds into there. But doesn't just stop at the Goose Creek watershed, because that has to go somewhere else. So that feeds into Duck Creek, which is where I got our water here today. And Duck Creek runs through a large portion of our community and is fed by tons of different streams. So a lot of us are in the Duck Creek watershed. And that still goes on further into the Mississippi River. So like I said, it really builds. And the Mississippi, of course, is fed by tons of streams and rivers throughout the country and eventually ends up into the Gulf of Mexico. So Partners of Scott County Watersheds is a little bit more centralized. We're focused here in Scott County, and we're dedicated to improving the water quality of our local watersheds and reducing flooding here.
And why is it important that we monitor this water quality? Obviously, it's flowing into all of these different water bodies, but is it really important that we take note of what's going on in the water?
Absolutely. So healthy water is essential for people and other organisms to be able to live and thrive. So healthy waters contribute to recreation and wellness opportunities, to our local and global economies, to human health, and even plant and animal health. And by monitoring the water quality in our area, we're able to establish a baseline with this data and watch for trends and patterns, see if we can identify any areas of impairment, and then find solutions to mitigate that and make our waters healthier.
It's such important work. It really is. Now, can you talk about what exactly you do when you are monitoring water quality? Is that why all of this is here with you today?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. There's lots of different ways to monitor water quality, but we primarily use some chemical equipment, some chemical tests, and we collect all this data and we record it, and that's what we analyze later on. So I did bring in this kit to demonstrate a few of the ways that we do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I collected this water here, like I mentioned, from Duck Creek. So we'll get to take a real look at what's going on in that water.
Should I take this off? Okay.
And so we actually don't need that one yet. We can just do, we can just dip it right in. So I have pH here, and pH is a measure of the acidity of the water. So we don't want our water to be too acidic or too basic. We want it somewhere in the middle. So if you're familiar with that scale, it goes from 0 to 14, and we like our water right in the middle at 7, but 4 to 9 is an acceptable range. So we test this by getting out a test strip here, and I'll let you do if you'd like.
Okay, cool.
So you just dip that pad into the water there and take it back out.
All right.
You can take it right out and then give it a few seconds. You'll see it already changed color.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys can't see this super well, but it's turning blue of sorts.
So after we give it a moment to change, then we compare it to the chart on the bottle here and see what number it matches closest to.
Okay, I'll turn it like this. I'm thinking it's probably like right about 8 or 9, maybe. Yeah, so that means that it is just a little too high in pH.
A little bit, but that's still within our acceptable range, so we'll take it. It's good.
Fantastic. Now, people will be able to get a chance to do this for themselves, too. That's the event that's coming up, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. That is our snapshot event, our Volunteer Water Quality Day.
Okay. Fantastic. And when is that happening?
So that's going to be next Saturday, July 17th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And we're starting at the Eldridge Fire Department.
Okay, fantastic. Now, before we go, how can people get signed up so then that way they can also be basically like a community scientist of sorts?
Yeah, we like to call them our citizen scientists.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
So folks can learn more about the day and kind of what's expected from them and what they can expect by going to extremecleanup.org or going onto our website, partnersofscottcountywatersheds.org.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Kelsey, thank you so much for stopping by and teaching me something today. This has been great.
Thank you again for having us.
Yes.
We hope to see lots of people from the community out.
Yes, get out there and go help this wonderful cause. Now, if you want to learn some more information, you can visit partnersofscottcountywatersheds.org. We'll also have those details posted over on our website at ourquadcities.com.